Not just read it. If you read it, it won't come. Read it, it goes in. If you meditate, it goes in and stays there. It's like if you eat food and it's not digested, it's expelled. But if it's digested, it becomes part of your body. It's exactly the same with whatever we put into our mind. If you take scripture into your mind and meditate on it, Psalm 1 verse 3 says, meditate on it day and night. That doesn't mean I'm reading day and night. I read maybe 10 minutes in the morning, but I meditated on it whenever I got a spare time. If I woke up in the middle of the night, I meditate on something I read in the morning. How many of you have that habit of meditating in the in-between 5 minutes or 2 minutes that you get in between during the day? Don't you get some spare time in between? Sometimes when you're driving a car, or in between, when you're having a shower, or sometime when you're free lying in bed. Develop the habit of meditating on something you read. Of course, if you never read the Bible in the morning, you've got nothing to meditate on. It's like if you never ate your breakfast, there's nothing to digest it. But we never forget our food during the day. No. It's the Bible we forget, right? Because that's not so important. Let's face it. The one who forgets to meditate on scripture in the morning is the one who says, God, you are not important. My food is important. That's more important to me today. I mean, you may have never thought of it like that, but you hear it today from me straight. God is not important in your life. That's why you don't want to read His word at any time during the day, even though you've got maybe 2 or 3 versions of the printed Bible in your home, and you do get a spare time sometime. Sure. Take time to read the scriptures, my brothers and sisters. And if you're so busy during the day, at least when you sit on the toilet, your restroom, read it there. There's nothing unholy about that. Everything is pure. And if you don't find any other time to read it there. Read the scriptures, meditate on it. I try to read it whenever I get a spare time, anywhere. And then I think about it. So, the gift of preaching may be a gift, but knowing the scripture is not a gift. Knowing the scripture is just hard work. And if you don't know the scriptures, it's because of laziness. Laziness only. Lazziness. That's the only reason. Jesus was not lazy. He meditated, and in 7 years, he really knew the scriptures. That was a challenge to me when I was converted at the age of 19 and a half. And I had never read the Bible fully till then. Even though I was born in a Christian family, went to Sunday school regularly. But I decided, okay, I'm going to read the Bible through fully, full speed. And I finished the Bible in 6 months, because I didn't understand most of it. But I read it. In addition to that, I would spend a few minutes reading a small portion. I advise you to do that. Have two types of reading. One is long reading whenever you get spare time. Sometimes you can read it. If you've got a couple of hours, you can read a whole book of the Old Testament in one sitting. In addition to that, spend a little time meditating, maybe 5 verses, particularly in the New Testament. Develop that habit. Jesus did it. And the end of 7 years, he really knew the scriptures. My 7 years was in the Navy after I was converted. Then I quit the Navy. And during those 7 years, I got such an understanding of the scriptures because I was diligent every morning, every night to study the scriptures when I got up in the morning and before I went to bed. I was single, of course, it was easy. But even if you're married, you can find some time. So that's the one thing we see about Jesus in his life. He knew the scriptures because he studied it, took pains to study it. And Christians don't know it today because they are lazy, that's all.